All right, it is time to totally unbox your Vielight for the study. So I'm doing this from the very beginning. You can fast forward anything you already know, but in case you want to see the whole thing, here we go. These are your nasal applicators. There's red ones and black ones. We'll get to that. This is your main NeuroPro device. When you open your NeuroPro, it's going to tell you what is in here, so we can make sure we have all of these things. So let's jump in. You have 2 bags. You need them both. It's just because everything won't fit in one, and that's okay. So you have your 2 bags, and then you'll see at the bottom of your box, there is this guide here. I'm going to help be your guide, but this is a visual if you need it. Let's open box number 1. All right. You will see that this is, if you opened it the same order I did, this is your main red light helmet device, okay? But it also has something else in there. When you pull it out, this is called your power bank, okay? Just like it sounds, it's going to provide power to the unit. When you take it out of the bag, you have your main wall adapter here. You have a USB-C cord here, and you have the USB cord to the power adapter here. And then your main bank is in here. Okay, so untwist your cords here. Take off your little plastic caps that came to protect your USB-Cs. Get your power bank that you got out of that white box. In the front, you're gonna see the Type-C, USB-C. Plug your USB-C into that one, okay? Get your wall jack out here. You see that that also has the USB-C. The other side of the USB-C is going to go into that. So now you have your wall adapter going to your power bank, okay? Good. When you start to unravel the cord on your helmet, these things will be wrapped around the cord. And so you can just unravel them and then ravel them back up. And then your very, very precious plug here will be protected. And so you just want to take this plastic guy off so that you can see the nice little trapezoid that you're going to plug in. But now we're on to box 2 because we need more equipment to keep going. So now go to box 2. When you open up this puppy, you will see this. Okay, so get everything out of the box. Got this little paper here. Got another one of these guys. And then you have white box, and then a bubble wrapped thing. Okay, make sure you have all of that. The bubble wrapped thing is called your NeuroPro controller. Okay, so very satisfyingly peel off this film. Your helmet is going to plug into this side, and then this black cord here is going to plug into this hole, just like this. Okay, so when you plug this in, do give those screws a turn so that it's nice and tight. You've got the black plugged in here, and then you can see we still have a USB-C port open. Don't worry about that USB-C port right now. You want to take that USB that's at the other end of your adapter plugged into the NeuroPro controller, and you want to plug it into the USB part on the power bank. Plug it into the USB port that is out 1, okay? Not out 2. Now that you have your power bank with the USB going to your connector here, and you've got your controller, and you've got your USB-C plugged into that power supply, you will hear this beep and then it'll turn green here, and then it'll tell you that it's offline, meaning it needs a connection. I'm going to note at this point that if you want to skip the power bank, which makes it portable, because when this is charged, you don't need it plugged into the wall, and you would rather have it be a straight wall connection, it does come with this, which you can find in the one of the white boxes that came in box number 2. So if you want to just straight direct connect to the wall your controller here, then you don't have to use the power bank. But if you want to use the power bank and charge it and use the device at the same time, you can do that. That's kind of just clinical discernment there. Just make sure you've got enough power, however you want to use power. But if you use this power, it's just the same jack that goes in, where is it? This friend here will go here. Instead of the power bank, it will be the wall outlet that goes in here. So I can change it up. I've plugged that black wall straight connect into the wall, so I can keep charging my power bank if I want, and instead of using this connection here that I might use if I'm mobile, I can unplug that and use my straight wall connection and go in here. Notice that before I fully plug it in, this has turned off again, okay? Because you need power going to your controller, either from your power bank or the wall. We've plugged it in, it beeped, we're back on, and now we still have to configure the address. But first, let's unbox our final little box. This is going to be for the intranasal. So let's open these packages. Look at that cool Vielight tape. Man, they really think of everything. Okay, does it feel like you're playing with Legos a little bit? You got these pieces are starting to get pretty small. You might ask yourself, what's this little blue thing? It's called a rib. So it goes on your nasal applicator on this little curved black part that makes it, this is the little rib of the sleeve. The whole thing is called the sleeve that goes on here for comfort and to make it easier to clean. Now you don't have to use the sleeve with the rib on it, but if your nasal applicator is falling off of the nose, then you do want to use it. And so you'll just slip it on here, and it's nice and tight, which is great. But you want to slip it on, go. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, and then it should stay on the nose easier, and I think it's easier to clean. We're going to do it to the other one here because I didn't show you this nice little indent right here is what makes it open easy. So I had my finger back here, but you want to clip this so that it opens alligator style, and then just slip that sleeve right on there if you decide you need it for the comfort of the nose or the sanitation, whatever you decide. Rib on the outside, and you're all good with your applicators on your silicone setting. So now let's plug our nasal applicators onto our cap. Just like with driving, right on red. Okay, so your red nasal applicator goes on the right nostril, and the black one goes in the left nostril. And you see they come with these little USB-Cs that you'll have to take the protective plastic off of, and then we're going to plug them in. Now, if you remember, being a manual reader is a wonderful skill. If you have your NeuroPro 2 user manual that came with it, if you look at page 2 of your NeuroPro 2 manual, you will see that if the person is facing this way, this is the front and this is the back of the head. If you're an EEG person, you're going to have to retrain yourself because C is for center, R is for right, and L is for left. So let's even turn it this way. So you've got, this is the front of the head and the nose is up here, and this is the back of the head. This is left 1, left 2, left 3, going front to back. Right 1, right 2, right 3, going front to back, and then center 1, center 2, center 3, center 4 going front to back. So a little bit different than what you're used to with the 10-20 electrode positions. But you can see the most important part that we're looking at right now is that your right nasal applicator here is going to go into C3, and your left nasal applicator is going to go into C4. Let's translate this into cap, okay? The big fat Vielight headband is always the front of the cap, okay? So this is the front of the head. So we're gonna kind of try to lay this down so that you can see if this is the front, then you have center 1, center 2, center 3, and center 4 back there. And we'll turn this around so it's not confusing. This is the front of the person's head. So you have right 1, and then right 2 is a round one. So right 1 is a square, right 2 a rectangle, I guess. Right 2 is a circle, right 3 is another rectangle. Go to the left side of the head, same thing. Left 1 is a rectangle, left 2 is a circle, and left 3 is a rectangle. Okay, remember that we're plugging the nasal applicators into C3 and C4, the back 2 center ones. Look closely, see the USB-C. Okay, that's C3, and then at C4, you can do a little peekaboo. Right here is your USB-C on there, right? So you're going C3, C4. Red right goes into C3, black left goes into C4. Okay? So my red one right is plugged in here, C3, and then C4 goes to my black one. Okay, now we're going to talk about the graphical user interface, or the GUI. Now, if you just got the NeuroPro in and you didn't connect it to any sort of app on your phone or anything, and you hit the start button, it would just do a gamma protocol. But we know that we need to program it, and that we want to use other settings available on the NeuroPro too. Now we get into the final bag that has the Wi-Fi hub, so that you can connect this thing. Okay, so when you unbox it, a little bit of Legos again, you have this converter that's a USB to USB-C converter, your Wi-Fi hub, and a USB-C to USB-C cord. Take your twisties off of the cord so that it can be long, and now remember that USB-C we were talking about on the controller? You get to plug it in here. Now, if you wanted, you could plug it into this adapter and plug this USB into the power bank if you wanted, and you could go that way, but then you would have to make sure that you were plugged into the power bank here for that to work. That's my understanding at least. So, but to make it easy, we are straight connected to the wall, and we are straight gonna connect to the Wi-Fi hub with the USB-C. So we have wall and Wi-Fi hub. We're currently not using our power bank. So just like you'd think, the other end of the USB-C is going to go in the Wi-Fi hub here. And I went ahead and plugged this converter into here just so I don't lose it because it's a small part. But look at you go. You've got your controller set up, connected to wall power, connected to the Wi-Fi hub, connected to your helmet, connected to your intranasal applicators. You are almost golden to go. And now you can see that there is a different signal here than the non-signal you were seeing before. So let's set this up. Remember how much I love manuals. Okay, we're on page 7 now, and this is how to set up your GUI. And what you need to do is you need to go to your phone or tablet or your laptop. You can use a laptop. Go to your Wi-Fi, and it's going to scan for Wi-Fi networks. You want to select NPAP. Okay, it will ask for your password. Page 7 of the manual gives you the password, lowercase np at 12345. So that's what we're going to do, np at 12345. We're going to auto reconnect. Good. Checking the quality. Okay. This is just saying that you can always connect to this, or you can connect just this time and do it manually every time. For now, I'm going to say connect only this time because I have a different thing that I'm going to connect this to. Okay, so now you're going to open Chrome on your tablet or laptop or smartphone. And here in the URL bar, you're going to type the IP address that you see, 2.2.2.3. Okay, so we're going to try that. Ready? 2.2.3. Go. And looky there, you now have Vielight on your computer. I'm sorry, or tablet or phone. Okay, you ready to build our 12 to 15? Here we go. You're going to see vBuild and you're going to click that. And you have to type this in exactly. So let's do this together. Go all capitals, SS 12-15F. Okay, it'll turn green if you did that correctly. Great job. And they run for 4 minutes and we need 20 minutes. So we need to do this for 5 stages because 5 stages times 4 minutes is 20 minutes, okay? So here we go. SF 12 to 15F for 5 stages of 4 minutes. Yes, sir. File name, let's call this PBM Rise. And we will save it. Woohoo! So now go to your library. And if this is your first time being in your library, it's actually going to be on the single run. So if you see it say single run, just click right here, click batch run, and then you will see your PBM Rise that you just made right here. And then if you really want to make sure that it's programmed the way that you thought, you can hit the little I. It will pull up your 5 stages of 12 to 15. Woohoo, you did it. Okay, we're going to go back. So that is true. And we're going to hit play next to PBM Rise. You can see it's on standby right now. It is not running, but it is ready to run batch 1 of 5 if you're willing to hit start. When you hit start, it's going to beep, beep, and now it's flashing. See that? So that's why we have to make sure the sham has similar, because let's say it's been 4 minutes and we're ready for our next batch. Beep. Yep, beep, beep. Okay, so we get 3 beeps there, so that tells them every 4 minutes that's gone by. And it'll do that. I'm just flashing through the batches really quickly as if this is 20 minutes. And then it goes through batch 5, and then let's say we're all done with that, and now it just goes back to your home screen. Okay, so that is the experimental 12 to 15. If for some reason you have to stop early and you try to hit stop, it's only going to stop that batch and go to the next batch. You have to keep hitting stop until it finishes the last batch. So then you stop, and now you're back.